Okay, so here's what I'd like you to do so we can see if we can find the source of the slowdown in the test area. So go ahead and use the Safari browser. And in the Safari browser, under Develop, you'll notice that there's a Start Timeline Recording. So if you select that, you'll get a pop-up window like this. Now this allows us to do some recording of timelines, etc. It's recording right now. You can stop the recording or start it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it started, and I am going to reload this page, and you'll see what we get when that happens. So the page is reloading now. Not quite done yet. We'll see it in a second here. Yeah, now it's finished. And so once it's finished fully here and loaded, if I stop the recording, if I'm looking at the network request, this is going to be the first thing that I want to see us look at. Let's see if we can begin to spot the problem here. What we're seeing, especially in this particular column, is how long it took for the transfer to complete of access to each of these pages. Here's the latency, in other words, the time that it took to actually get a response and the time it took the response to complete. So I'm interested in seeing this first because, as you can see here, getting the HTML and the CSS and the JavaScript shouldn't take long for most of these. The CSS is a little bit slow, and we probably want to understand that. The HTML is slow, but it's kind of large. On the other hand, notice that the JavaScript loads rapidly. So we'll figure this all out eventually. Oh, and these are cached, so some of them are cached here. I will want you to start your real test with clearing the cache. But in any case, what I want to find out is if you run and you have the problem, we're going to want to see which of these take a long time. Notice here, it's not unexpected that the JSON call, the AJAX call to get the JSON from this, is about 34 kilobytes of data. It takes 4 seconds to start getting an answer and 200 milliseconds to complete. So in this particular case, it took a total, I think, of, it's hard for me to look here, it took a total of approximately 10 seconds to get this whole page done, broken up in the way that you see here. Anyway, what I would want you to do is run this, and when you get a failure that looks like a very, very slow response, stop the recording. And then I don't think there's a way to export this information, so it will probably be enough if you can do a screen capture of this entire area, specifically with network requests selected, and all of this, including this area up here at the top, so that I can look in some detail and see what's going on. All right? If you want to, you can also obviously take a look at that to see what the rendering times are, but that's not terribly relevant, although we may want to look at that too. Durations here, notice, are all in the few millisecond range. And then there's a whole bunch of JavaScript events. The modernizer evaluation took 46 milliseconds, blah, blah, blah. The longest one here took a state change of 144 milliseconds. We're probably not going to worry about this. The first thing I want is the network requests. So let's give that a try, see if we can catch this in the process of failing with the long delays, and then if we can start by sending me the network request screenshot, we may be able to start the debug process here. Okay, thanks.